Yeah, we're live. Hello everybody, me Sam Squash Trades and more here back with another live stream. Do hope everyone is doing okay this evening. I'm letting the natural light do the job today because I'm doing this live stream at 7 p.m. and it is still the summer at the moment in the UK, so it's still a bit light outside. The nights are starting to draw in a bit now. I've noticed that it's normally dark about by 8:30, 8:45 now, so I might have to turn the light on in my room a little bit later on. But at the moment, I'm letting the natural light do the job. I do hope everyone is doing okay. Welcome back to another live stream. And as the title suggests, I thought I'd mix things up a bit this evening. I thought I'd change the time around because I haven't done an early live stream in so long. And I know I've had quite a lot of people say, Sam, are you going to do any earlier live streams? And that is exactly what I'm doing this evening. So I thought I'd do a 7 o'clock live stream because also I was reading my analytics and it was telling me that quite a lot of people watch the channel around 7 p.m. UK time on Sunday. So I thought that's when we're going to do the live stream. So I thought I'd do it then. And then also I thought I'd change up the title a bit. As mentioned in my last live stream, I thought I'd change the lives up a bit from time to time. I wasn't going to do them weekly. I'm just going to do them when I can, which is exactly what I'm doing. I do apologise though because I did say that last live stream that I was going to set this live stream up more in advance. I only set it up a couple of hours ago. And the main reason for that is something came up. I was actually going to do this live stream yesterday, about this time yesterday. But unfortunately, I had a delivery, and also the delivery ended up being late, which is even more annoying. So I couldn't do a live stream yesterday because I was waiting for a delivery, and also I was actually on the phone with my sister. I was just discussing a few things. So yeah, but I'm here now anyway. So I thought I'd change the title to Answering Juicy Questions, just for a bit of a lulz and a bit of a. Some people might even call it a bit of a clickbaity title, but I thought quite a lot of them YouTubers, some of the like bigger YouTubers I watch, and I don't necessarily mean railway YouTubers. I mean like any YouTubers that do Q&A. Sometimes let's do a juicy Q&A. But I do hope everyone's weekend is going good. Hope everyone's been enjoying the nice weather. I say that because we've got the showers returning, haven't we? Although around here, surprisingly, it's still been quite nice. There was a little bit of drizzle this morning and a little bit yesterday, but other than that, it's been quite sunny. And Thursday was really warm. Let's see who we got in the chat tonight then. Brian says, juicy questions. Hey Brian, do hope you're doing okay. Which is juicier, orange or lemon and lime? Orange, but tonight's juice that we've got tonight is everyone's favourite. We've got some prime. Who likes the good old prime? This is actually the blue raspberry flavour. I haven't had the blue raspberry flavour in a long time. It matches the t-shirt. Well, this one's a bit lighter, but yeah, we've got some prime from Asda. Excuse me, got a fog in my throat. I wouldn't pay more than £2 a bottle for this prime though. That was £2 in the old Asda. I'm still looking for the other rare flavours though, because I've had that flavour before. But I got the old prime. Evening Ruben, do hope you're doing okay. I'm doing good. Evening Northeast Lincolnshire Transport Hub, do hope you're doing okay. Kai King 916, hello, it's been a long time, do hope you're doing okay. Hope you didn't get any questions that are too juicy. I know, right? When I say juicy questions, I mean you guys can ask me any questions and we'll answer them, but we won't go all that personal. Like I'm not gonna answer too personal questions. We'll leave them appropriate, but I just thought I'd put the title as juicy question Q&A instead of August Q&A because I was thinking maybe that'll get a few more clicks because, as I said in the last live stream, we are trying to increase the views on the live streams because I have noticed that the views don't really do as well on the live streams as what they used to do back in the day. And there's only a couple of people watching in tonight, so I hope we get some more people in the house. I say tonight, it's only just gone 7 o'clock, so it's quite still quite early. It is. Michael says prime is nice. It's all right. I'm not a fan of the lemon and lime flavour. This is the blue raspberry. I've had this one before. Let's get myself hydrated with this prime. Not sponsored by Prime, guys. Can you imagine if we are sponsored by Prime? Damn, that'd be cool if I was sponsored by Prime. Smells nice. Yeah, this flavour's nice too. I like this one. Not my favourite flavour. Not my favourite flavour Prime, but definitely up there as one of the good ones. My favourite one's the Tropical Punch, closely followed by the Ice Pop. But I'd say that's my third favourite. Not a fan of the lemon and lime one. I've had the lemon and lime one. It tasted like weird, like lemon squash. But yeah, even in my, I'm not sure if I welcomed you. Do hope you're doing okay. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to put them in the live chat as well. Would appreciate it. Smash the like button as well. Let's see if we can get up to 10 thumbs up, and share me out. Would appreciate it. Ruben says, since when is Prime juice? Also, I've seen it popping up in shops and supermarkets, and I just can't be bothered to buy any long. Yeah, to be honest with you, it always seems to be the same blooming flavours though. I haven't had this flavour since about May now. This is the first time in about 3 months I've had this flavour. It always seems to be in my local Asda, which is where I got that from this afternoon before it shut at 4. Blooming trading all because at 4 the Asda does. But they had that one, and they had the Tropical Punch and the lemon and lime in there today. And sometimes they do the Ice Pop, but we didn't have any Ice Pop in there tonight. Well, this afternoon. So they had Tropical Punch, lemon and lime, and what's the other one I said? Blue raspberry, what I'm drinking right now. Not a fan of the lemon and lime one though. But yeah, if anybody's got any questions, feel free to put them in the live chat as well. Would appreciate a shout out or a thumbs up as well. In fact, I need to make sure I've shared this out on my my Discord server, and I forget now. Someone was asking for an updated Discord server link, and my apologies. I forget. I wish them Discord links would last more than 7 days, but you have to keep resetting them. And I'm one of these who always forgets to reset their Discord link. So let me just get the new link for the Discord server, and I'll make sure I edit that. First of all, I'm just going to shout out the fact that I'm live on my Discord server, because I do have a fair few followers on Discord, and if you're not on my Discord, I'm going to put the link in the chat in case you guys want to join. And I also need to update it on my YouTube channel. But yeah, share me out, guys. Would appreciate it. Just getting the live stream fully shared out. Right, there we are. Now I need to get the Discord link, because yeah, someone asked me last night that the link was invalid, so I just want to make sure I've got the new link. And if anybody's got any questions, feel free to put them in the live chat. Right, that's YouTube. Where's my Discord server gone? There's my Discord server. Right, how do I invite? Invite members. Right. Copy link. And I'll put the link in the chat as well, just in case for nobody that's watching wants to click on it. Where is everyone this evening? I thought doing a live stream earlier based on what the analytics said, would get more people in here, but it seems to be more dead than me doing one at like 9 o'clock at night. Odd. I wonder how accurate the analytics actually are then. I'll just put the Discord link in the chat. Well, that's the Discord link, guys, just in case any of you guys are on Discord and want to join. What did I think of the new Portway Park and Ride station? It was alright. Reading Green Park, I think I preferred, because I had a few more facilities at Reading Green Park. But it was alright. I've not been to Marsh Barton or, what was the other one that opened up? Thanet Parkway. I've not been to them two, mainly because they're a bit more further out from where I live. But Portway Park and Ride it's still a bit of a trek down for me to get there, but I can do it in one day, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't involve like an overnight stay. It doesn't. But yeah, it was alright station, Portway Park and Ride. And it was good to see that people were actually using it compared to, in fact, I think, not Reading Green Park, I think people were saying that Thanet Parkway is probably going to be underused. But there's actually a fair few people using, like regular people, like using Portway Park and Ride station. So it was actually quite good to see. I'm just copying that Discord link so I can put it on my YouTube channel later. Hey VS, do hope you're doing okay. Welcome back to another live stream. It's a very dead live stream at the moment. I thought going live when it tells on my analytics would be a good suggestion, but appears some of the later live streams apparently do better. And I thought the weekend might be a bit better too. Right, what was I doing? Right, I've got that link sorted out. That's all good. Right, I think I'm all good. Yeah, so Portway Park and Ride was alright. Preferred Reading Green Park for more facilities, but I do think that passengers do use Portway Park and Ride more compared to Thanet Parkway and Reading Green Park. Although I say that because Reading Green Park, I think it does get the passengers, but I think Reading Green Park mainly gets the passengers in the morning and evening commutes compared to in the middle of the day when I went. But Portway Park and Ride did get passengers quite a lot of the time. People were changing for the bus interchange, people were parking their cars and going into Bristol, which was good to see. But yeah, it was alright station. I'm not sure what the next new station will be now. I think it might be Headbolt Lane up in Merseyside. But I could be wrong. I know Jeff Marshall did that video a couple of weeks ago. I say a couple of weeks ago, it was more like over, in fact it might have been a few months ago now, but it was discussing like the next stations like coming into Britain. So I think it might be Headbolt Lane. I reckon we'll probably still have at least another 1 or 2 stations before Christmas. I find the bus stop looking like a go-kart track funny. What do you mean by like a go-kart track though, Ruben? A go-kart track. Got everyone's favourite drink for those just coming in. Prime. I'm sure I'm bumming addicted to this stuff, I am. I bought the first flavour and I thought, we'll just leave it there. I've tried Prime, but then I discovered all the other flavours that they're doing. Now I want to find all the blooming flavours. So yeah. It just has round traffic island and one bus stop, so it's more of a going to cart track for the bus station. I don't think they really classify it as a bus station. I think they described it more as a bus interchange. But that is quite funny what you said. Because they did have, like, I found it amusing actually, like the bus shelter at Portway Park and Ride, it was like a massive, like, bus shelter. So it does feel like it was designed for, like, a few more people. I think, although I say that, because quite a lot of people, there was a good, like, 10 people there that got on the bus. So I feel like more people at Portway Park and Ride use the park and ride facilities mainly for the bus as opposed to the train. Because I think on the platforms they counted about 5 or 6 people got on the train, whereas on the bus about 10 to 15 people got on, including a man which was running for the bus at the last minute. But they could do with a few more bus services, I think. And maybe as well, it would be good if the Severn Beach line ever got double tracked. Because it does have passenger loops at Avonmouth and Clifton Down. But it would be good if they could make it an every 15-minute service into Bristol. Because in Birmingham, on our Cross City line and the Snow Hill lines, technically, in certain sections of the lines, the Cross City line and the Snow Hill lines, the trains are every 15 minutes. So, for example, on the Snow Hill lines, between Kidderminster and Birmingham Moor Street, you can get a train roughly every 15 minutes. Yes, they don't all stop at all the stations, but if you go from, like, Stourbridge to Birmingham, there's a train every 15 minutes. And then on the Cross City line, between the centre section, between, where is it? Longbridge / Barton Green up to Four Oaks, you can get a train every 15 minutes. Including, you can get a train roughly every 15 minutes at Duddeston. But the only problem at Duddeston is them trains alternate with the Warsaw and the Cross City line services. So it is good how in the West Midlands you can get every 15-minute service. Like, it's a shame that they don't do something like that in Bristol, to be honest with you. But yeah, I feel like it could do with a few more bus services and train services, Portway Park and Ride though. Michael says it would be awesome if Headbolt lane opens when they go up north, but I doubt it as it looks like it's northern trains and still going as far as Rainford. Yeah, they are going as far as Rainford, aren't they? But they used to go to Kirby, and in fact, when I went to Kirby back in April, the Merseyrail services were going to Kirby, but the northern services weren't. They were only going as far as Rainford. And I'm not sure when they're going to extend it to Headbolt Lane. Quite a lot of people are saying that Headbolt Lane was going to be open for like northern services first. They did, but I'm not sure if they're going to be opening it for Merseyrail and northern services at the same time, or if they're just going to open it for northern services. Because what I find funny is if you look at the National Rail map, this is like the big map of the country, of like all the railways in the country. I'm not going to show you too much of it because I don't want the National Rail Inquiries to do me for copyright. But if I just go up here, where it says Headbolt Lane under construction, it shows it opening as the northern station. I'm not sure if that's going to focus. The Merseyrail Lane is there in Kirby, and it's shown it as past Rainford as a northern station under construction because the orange colour means northern. So I'm not sure if that means it's going to open for northern first or both Merseyrail, because in the future, Headbolt Lane will be where northern meets Merseyrail like Kirby used to be. And a similar situation at Ormskirk. I've been to both of them stations now, Kirby and Ormskirk. In fact, I've pretty much done every single station on the Merseyrail network. I've not got out at all of them, but I've certainly passed through them on the train. In fact, the only two Merseyrail stations I've not done are Capenhurst and Beach, which are near Chester. And I was thinking about this actually myself. I was thinking, should I do these two stations to take them off when I go to Chester? Because I'm actually going to be going to Chester very, very soon for Making Tracks 3, Peter Waterman's model railway. But I'm not sure if I should go tick off them 2 stations whilst I'm in the area. I definitely want to refilm Chester Station, but I feel like I might not have time to do Capenhurst and Bache, but they're just literally up the road. So yeah, but definitely going to be going to Chester very, very soon. I'm not going to tell you the date I'm going to Chester, but I'm going to be going very, very soon. There is 2 dates though, which I can't go to Chester now because there's rail strikes planned. There's rail strikes on the 26th of August and the 2nd of September. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to plan around them dates. I do think these rail strikes have gone on far too long now, and they need to get a deal. But I still support them, to be honest with you. Especially, I want them to keep their jobs in the blooming ticket offices open and stuff like that. I could rant on all day about that subject, but I'm not going to on this live stream. Hey, Andrew, do you hope you're doing okay? Ruben says, I hear Brent Cross West may open in this autumn. Brent Cross West? That's the one near Leeds, isn't it? I'm just having a look on the map where that one is. I'm sure that's near Leeds. Leeds is a bit of a trek for me to get to too from where I live. Is that near Leeds? No! Brent Cross West is London, Sam. I was thinking of bloody White Rose. Bloody hell. What I was thinking about Brent Cross West was in blooming Leeds. That's White Rose. There's another step. Oh Lord. There's another station near Leeds called White Rose. And I was thinking at first that Ruben meant White Rose. Brent Cross West is down in London. I mean, don't get me wrong, White Rose will probably open soon. But Brent Cross is down in London, Brent Cross West. Where's that one then? Oh, here's Brent Cross West. That's on the Thameslink network. You know what? I could probably actually do that one within a day. Because I'd just go buy a ticket down to London and then go up that line and do it. In fact, how close is Brent Cross West going to be to Brent Cross Tube Station? Because you could probably get the Northern Line up to Brent Cross and walk across to explore the station. Although, technically for me, if I want to properly explore the station, I kind of need to arrive or depart by train, in my opinion, to fully tick off that station. Like if I wanted, because for example, when I did Bullbrook and Consul, I didn't arrive and depart by both. I didn't arrive and depart each of the stations by train. But what I did was arrive at Billbrook by train and then went over, walked it to a Consul and then departed by train. So, in my opinion, to fully tick off a station, you need to either arrive at that station by train or depart that station by train. Can't believe I got them in Brent Cross West and White Rose mixed up though. That's hilarious. 156 501 or 156 507. Eh? What do you mean, Andrew? Unless I've missed something in the chat. Oh, Sam, did you hear about the 5 Scotwell 156 are moving to Northern when electric trains start between Barhead and East Kilbride? No, I heard about something to do with something about the Sprinters going with Northern, but I didn't hear about that one. But that's cool. You know what? I don't think I've actually have I been to the Northern 156? Yeah, I have. Or have I? You know what? I don't actually know now. I feel like I have. I honestly don't know if I've ridden a Northern 156. I know I've ridden one of their 158s. And one of them, yeah, I have ridden a 156. I've ridden one from up to Rochdale. I did from Manchester Victoria back in January. I'm going to be going to Making Tracks for you soon. I've already read that one. Michael says, is Chester any good for transport? And I heard that from people they recommend 2 hours. Yeah, you need 2 hours. You do an hour at the south end of the station, or otherwise known as the crew end of the station, because at the crew end of the station, You got the Transport for Wales shuttle going to and from Crewe every hour, and you've also got some of the Avantis coming from Crewe every hour. They terminate at Chester, with some continuing to North Wales, very infrequently though, normally every couple of hours. And then also on the Crewe end of the station, you've got trains terminating in from Manchester, both Victoria via Newton and Willows, and also into Piccadilly via, what's it called? Navigation Road. And also, you've got the Transport for Wales services that go to Liverpool via the Hilton Curve, also terminating on the other end every 2 hours. You might not get them though, because they're only running every 2 hours. If you do get one of them, you're lucky, but otherwise it's not a big deal now, because they do have the 197s on the Chester to Liverpool route, but they do have also a lot of 197s on all the other Transport for Wales routes. And then, yes, you do it out at that end. That's what I did last year. And then you go to the other end, because on the other end of the station, you got the Merseyrail services terminating from Liverpool. And then you've also got Transport for Wales services that run via the not Cumbrian coast, the line that goes towards the Chester to Shrewsbury line. You got trains that come in and terminate there at Chester and go back out reverse either way towards North Wales. And you've got trains that come in from North Wales and terminate. So you definitely need 2 hours at Chester. And it's the same at Crewe. You need 2 hours at Crewe as well. There's some stations in the UK you definitely need 2 hours. And at Preston is another example. When I filmed Preston, I wish I had 2 hours. Because I filmed there for an hour whilst I was changing trains to get to Blackpool. And I had advanced tickets. So, unfortunately, I was short for time. So if I film Preston next year, which I probably will do, I'll definitely need 2 hours, because Preston's like, you've got trains terminating from the south end, the north end, etc, etc. Thanks so much for the thumbs up, guys. That's it. The thing, we've got 12 thumbs up, but only 5 people in here. YouTube numbers make no sense. How can we have like over 10 thumbs up but only 5 people watching me? Weird. But thanks for the thumbs up anyway. Unless people just come in and come out. Some people do that, they'll come in and like the stream and leave. If you are watching and have not said anything, feel free to say hello. I don't bite. Oh, well. But yeah, definitely you need 2 hours at Chester. Where was I? Brent Cross West is in London. It's between Hendon and Cricklewood. Yep. Not in Leeds. I don't know why I said Leeds. I was thinking of White Rose. Michael says, I hope Brent Cross opens before the travel cars get scrapped. When are they getting scrapped? Well, I'm not sure what the date they're getting scrapped are. But yeah, hopefully it does open. I'm not sure when. Maybe this year. Probably the autumn. I think Ruben said the autumn. Oh yeah, that was hilarious, Andrew. That video of the 150 beating the Pendolino. That was absolutely hilarious. That wasn't even planned as well. That Pendolino that I filmed with the 150 was running late, because the 150s I went to film. I thought it was 2 sets, but it ended up being 3 sets, because that damn Pendolino blocked the other 150, so I couldn't see the back 150. But thanks to Simon and Tico, they told me the numbers, so I managed to get the numbers. I initially went trackside at Rugby to get the 150s. I was kind of in a rush, otherwise I would have gone into the station and got it. But I saw them out the corner of my eye, and then the next minute I know, we've got a Pendolino coming down from Manchester, which was really about half an hour late. I was like, "Oh, you're joking! I'm about to get bowled here, aren't I? By a Pendolino." But luckily, the Pendolino was a stopper. If this was a fast one, it would have really peed me off. But thankfully, it was a stopper at Rugby. So it came along, and now basically, effectively racing each other. If you guys didn't see the video of that, feel free to watch it after the live stream. But it was pretty funny. But funny enough, the 150s won because the Pendolino wasn't quite popular on the platform, and the 150s were.
So in my eyes, the 150s definitely won. Although you guys couldn't see on the video who had won, but I noticed that the Pendolino wasn't quite in the platform yet. So technically, the 150s won. That was a pretty funny thing to happen, and I'm glad I did get some footage of the 150s, and I didn't get fully bowed by that Pendolino. It would have been even more funny if it was my beloved Pendolino 390155, but it wasn't, luckily. The travel card's getting scrapped in January next year. Avanti West Coast always on time, not. Just out of curiosity now, we'll have a look at Rugby Station and see if there's any of the Avantis that are late. Let's have a look. Also, there's no overtime ban next week, thankfully, so a normal full timetable's operated and all the operators next week. Apart from cross country next Saturday, who are on the strike, but thankfully I have no plans to. Oh, you know, blooming hell! I just looked at the departures from rugby, and I'm actually shocked for once in my life. They are all on time. They are all on time. I'm actually shocked. All the Avantis and the London North Western of rugby are all on time and none have been cancelled. I mean, there's buses today via Northampton, but I just thought of look for the goals. Damn, they're all on time. That's from my local, so I'm not sure what they are at other stations. Did you not see that 150 chasing the Pendolino video, Ruben? I thought you'd seen that one. Hey, Mouth of Inspiration. Do hope you're doing okay. Thanks so much for the thumbs up. Do appreciate it. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up and shout me out. Would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get to 15 thumbs up. I wouldn't say they're the worst company in the UK, 156 Andrew. In fact, I'd actually probably say that they've actually improved over the past couple of months. In fact, since they introduced that new timetable in December, it was a bit crappy at first, and there was a fair few cancellations. But and obviously there's been cancellations during the overtime ban, but that affected all train companies, not just Avanti. Well, as almost all of them, but not just Avanti anyway. And I would actually say they've actually improved, but there seems to be less Avanti cancellations now compared to TPE. In fact, I'd say the worst operation at the moment is actually Grand Central. Grand Central, and previously Grand Central was actually deemed one of the best. But Grand Central have had so many problems with their trains recently, not just trains. Today, they cancelled trains because of animals on the line. They did. So yeah, Grand Central have been one of the worst recently. I wouldn't say Avanti's the worst. And also, I wouldn't probably say TPE is the worst at the moment. TPE are probably worse than Avanti, but I'd say at the moment, Grand Central's up there, one of the worst. And I was reading some of the data, because they put the data on Twitter recently, and apparently, according to the Office of Rail and Road, that LNER had more cancellations compared to Avanti, which is a shocker. But we are doing the Q&A. I feel like we've gone off topic of the Q&A. I say that because I'm answering questions, but if anybody's got any questions, feel free to put them in the live chat. I would appreciate it. I see we've got a few more people joining in now, which is nice. I thought TPE were the worst TOC. I'll say Grand Central worse than TP at the moment. And the rumour says, wow, but it's amazing to all the trains are on time at rugby. I know, not a problem today on the West Coast Main Line. Avanti are much worse. I wouldn't say they're worse, but I wouldn't say they're the best, Andrew. And that's based off experiences travel with Avanti recently, because I actually have travelled with Avanti a fair few times recently. And actually, Avanti have actually saved the day back in July, because the London North Western Railway were cancelling a lot of their trains when I went filming the diverts, because there was a points failure at Northampton. So Avanti actually saved the day with a train to rugby. They did. Hey 345 Bay, sorry I'm late, I was having dinner. Hey 345 Bay, I got your favourite drink. I got Prime. blue raspberry. I still want to find them rare flavours though. I haven't found like the Metamood and the KSI one and the orange one and all them ones. And apparently there's also grape and lemon and lime. And I didn't pay more than £2 a bottle for that either. I know some places way overpriced. This was £2 in Astor area. They had that one, the tropical punch, which I've had a few times now, lemon and lime, which I'm not a fan of, and also they are the only three they had. I do like ice pop, but I didn't have any of that today. Now I'm behind in the chat. Where am I? Hey, Railway Channel, welcome. You're new to the channel. Do thank you for coming along. Appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Michael says cross country have been banned recently, having trains cancelled between Birmingham and Bournemouth due to driver shortage, not just during the overtime ban. Yeah, that's true. To be fair, Michael. Although I travelled with cross country on the Bristol route on Thursday, and thankfully there's no problems on the Bristol route. But yeah, they've been having real bad problems down that way, Michael. In fact, I'm kind of glad recently that I haven't had to travel on that section of the line. Because if I want to go to Oxford and Reading from where I live, and even towards the south coast, Bournemouth, you get cross country from Coventry. And yeah, they've been having some real bad problems recently. I'm hoping because there's no overtime ban next week, that there's not going to be as many cancellations. But that route has been particularly bad, especially, like you said to me in a tweet, since they introduced a full service on that line between Leamington and Reading, it seems to not have enough drivers. Which is weird though, because they've introduced a full timetable in the Bristol route again. So it's weird how it's the Bournemouth and Reading route which is affected. Where was I? But Michael says not just during the overtime ban. We'll see how it pans out next week, Michael. I'm actually going to be curious though. I'm going to see how it is tomorrow. I'm not travelling on them tomorrow, but I'm just going to have a look online and see what it says about it tomorrow. See how many been cancelled. Because I'm nosy person like that. Trevor knows that how many cross country has been cancelled on that section. 3 for 5A. I'll probably be going to Alton Towers next month, and I might be travelling by Avanti or EMR. Alright, that's cool. If you're going up to Stoke, it'll be Avanti. And then if you're going to change to go to Uttoxeter, which is the closest station to Alton Towers, it's EMR. That's the only problem though, to get to Alton Towers, and in fact it's the same with any theme park, they're not near train stations. Like, they'll say like Stoke-on-Trent, Uttoxeter, and even Stafford, because I think there's a morning bus service from Stafford to Alton Towers. They say they're the closest stations, but if anything, it's still quite a long drive to get to Alton Towers from there. Like, I think these sort of places like Alton Towers and even Drayton Manor, which is one of my local theme parks, and they're more accessible by a car. The last time I went to Alton Towers was 2013. Grand Central Tower, but they have been recently. You'll be going nowhere. Although, I did mention this in my last live stream when I was discussing a few things, like what's in the news recently for regarding railways. But Avanti have actually sent their former 2 voyages, 221-142 and 221-143, I believe the set numbers are. They've actually sent them up to Grand Central. So they've got 2 voyages. I don't think they've entered service with Grand Central yet, but apparently they've been doing some testing up that way. What train does Grand Central operate? The 180s. You'll be going nowhere, Ruben. That was my second question for you, Sam. I went to Alton Towers in 2021. It was quite good. I didn't realise you went more recently, Ruben. It's 221s, I believe they've got railway trainers. It's not the 220s, 221s, I believe it is. ScotRail, not bad, but not great. I've not actually ever travelled with ScotRail 156 Andrew, which is shocking naturally because I've been to Scotland a few times. I've just never travelled with ScotRail. 3 for 5 Bear says I had Prime Metamoon on Thursday, same as Tropical Punch. I've not had the Metamoon one, but the Tropical Punch one's my favourite. I thought I'd get this one tonight though, because this was one of the other ones that they had in there tonight, which I like. I haven't had this one in a while. Since May, actually. Hi, Nora. Welcome. Do you hope you're doing okay? My apologies, Nora, as well. I keep missing your live streams. I need to catch up with you. Railway Channel says, yeah, that was the other bit of news which I forgot to mention on my last live stream. Speaking of cross-country, I heard the HSTs are going in October. Yes. Apparently, they're slowly but surely going now. There's only a few sets out and about, and I don't know the full diagram, so you'll have to accept my apologies for that. But I definitely got one on the 812 service down to Bristol on Thursday. But I believe that they're slowly going because there's a farewell tour on the 26th of September, which I'm lucky enough to be able to attend. I'm not going on the farewell tour myself, and it's sold out now anyway, but I'm definitely going to go film the cross-country HSTs of the farewell tour. And then after that, I think there's going to be one set remaining in service, but then I think by October, they're fully going to be gone, which is a shame. Because the HSTs are a big step up compared to the Voyagers. But what shocked me actually was, when I came back from Bristol, I got the HST down in style, but what shocked me, when I came back from Bristol was, they put an 8th car Voyager on. Like, I was like, oh god, on my way home, this is going to be a 4-car set down to Birmingham, it's going to be absolutely rammed. No, it wasn't. They'd actually seen sense that it was an 8 car, and it was actually quite quiet. Well, my part of the train was anyway, because cross-country being cross-country again, they didn't have any proper, like, good, decent seat reservations. Like, I tried to text them the number for a new seat reservation, but didn't have any seats again on the return leg. So I had to find the reserve coach, which was Coach F. Well, it wasn't Coach F, I think it was Coach J on the 8-car ones. I think that rings a bell. Coach Al, it was. But yeah, surprisingly quiet. Thankfully, cross-country put an 8-car one and not a bloody 4-car one. Ruben says, the trouble with using EMR for auto-tires is you have to change it at Derby, or Stoke or Crewe if you're coming from the north. If you're coming from the East Midlands, it would be Derby. But if you're coming from like more western coast, it'd probably be Stoke. It depends, to be honest with you. It depends on your budget as well, because I'm just thinking, if 3 for 5 Berry's coming from a London way, I'm not sure if it'd be cheaper for her to go to Derby and change to get to Utoxeter from there, or to go up to Stoke and go down to Utoxeter that way. Because for me, it's dead easy, and I'd pay a bit more as well. But for me, I could get a direct Avanti service every hour to Stoke-on-Trent, and then change a couple of stops down to Utoxeter on the EMR service. But I'm not sure if it'd be cheaper for Avanti, for 3 for 5 days to get an Avanti up to Stoke, and then the EMR to Utoxeter, or get an EMR up to Derby, and then another EMR to Stoke. Not Stoke, Utoxeter. You know what I meant. How dare EMR get rid of the 156? To be fair, you kind of right, Andrew, because... Oh, excuse me. They're actually alright, the 156s. And now they've got 170s, and I'm actually not a big fan of the 170s. I definitely prefer the EMR 158s, and I was actually... When I went to the Nottingham Chesterfield area back in May for some divert. Actually, on the way back from Chesterfield to get back to Nottingham, it was 2 158s. I was like, oh yes, we're going back to Nottingham in style, some pretty 158s. I liked how they had loads of leg room on the 158s, and they also had a nice USB socket for me to charge my phone. They did, which was even better because I know on the 170s for EMR, no plug sockets. Yes, they've got plenty of table seats, but no plug sockets. Although the 156s didn't have any plug sockets, but they did have tables, which was nice. But I definitely do prefer the pretty 158s for EMR compared to the 170s. No offence to anybody that likes the 170s, I'm just not a fan of the 170s. Even the cross-country ones, I'm not a fan of. In fact, if you told me, Sam, you have to go from Birmingham or Tamworth to Derby, what would you get? The Voyager, which runs every 2 hours, or would you get the or an hour from Birmingham, or would you get the 170? I'd actually choose the Voyager because you get the plug sockets. You do, which is nice, and also the seats are a bit more roomy. Like on the airline style seats of the turbo stars and cross country, the leg room is really tight compared to the Voyagers. And then obviously there's no plug sockets on the turbo stars, so I definitely prefer the Voyagers to the turbo stars. I do. But yeah, and EMR, I prefer the pretty 158s to the 170 turbo stars. Ruben says, now for my next question. What would you catch? Would you catch a bus from the bus stop that's next to a pub? Yeah, but I'd try and avoid the times when the pub's busy or like kicking out time or stuff like that. And I definitely wouldn't catch a bus from the that pub if the football was on in that area because it'd be hella busy. But I would catch a bus from that pub if it wasn't too busy and the football wasn't on. Where was I? 345 Bear says, I might be staying in Derby, and that's EMR. I might stay in Stafford, which is Avanti. I'll be staying overnight in either of them places where I go to Alton Towers. Are you not staying overnight at one of the Alton Towers hotels in 345 Bay? Because I know they've got a few different accommodation options at Alton Towers now. Do they still have them lodges, actually? I know actually Alton Towers actually got lodges a couple of years ago, but I'm not sure if they've still got the lodges now, or if it's just the 3 hotels. But I know for sure that they've got the Splash Lanterns Hotel, they've got the original Alton Towers Hotel, and they've also got the CBeebies Land Hotel. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up, guys. I see we've got 15 thumbs up now. Share me out as well, I would appreciate it. Let's see if we can get some more people in the house this evening. But yeah, it just depends on money and stuff like that. 345 days. It's kind of up to you which way you'd go. If I was going to Alton Towers by train, I'd probably go up to Stoke and then get an EMR service down to Uttoxeter. 156 Andrew says, if you want a 156, go to Manchester or Liverpool. Yep. Ruben says, I heard Derby's not a good place. What is it with people dissing Derby? That's like the third person I've actually heard say bad things about Derby. Another one of my viewers, Dave's Adventures, who's into his theme parks, actually said to me on one of my Trains at Derby videos that Derby ain't that great. And I don't know, because I've actually never been in the town. I've only ever been to the train station. And the train station at Derby's alright. Some nice traffic by cross-country and EMR. But yeah, that's pretty funny how people diss Derby. Hey, Unstable TV. Do you hope you guys are doing okay? I've had the blue raspberry flavour before. I got it and I was doing Bournemouth last month for £2. Yeah. This one I got in my local Asda for £2. Keeps you hydrated. Although inside, yeah. Not sure if you guys would be able to tell in camera. Maybe if I show you the bottom. But to be honest with you, it ain't that like blue. Like it's kind of like a really cloudy blue colour. Like more of a white colour. Like it's not that blue. Like it's more like a white cloudy colour. Like there's hints of blue colour there, but it's not like that blue. Where was I? Maybe I'll stay in Stafford or Stoke then, Ruben. There's not much hotels in Utah. Yeah, Uttoxeter won't have too many hotels, to be honest with you. It's kind of like a small area. If you don't want to stay in one of the Alton Towers hotels, you definitely probably have to stay like the Stafford Stoke area. Although I wouldn't recommend staying in that hotel opposite the train station because there's like a Britannia hotel opposite Stoke-on-Trent Hotel. I think it's called the North Staffordshire Hotel, and apparently it's crap, so I wouldn't stay there. Besides, the West Coast Main Line is cheaper to London for some reason. It is, yep. I don't know. I've heard quite a few people say that actually that the Midland Main Line is quite expensive to get down to London. I'm glad I live on the West Coast Main Line because although even on the West Coast Main Line, from where I live, the prices are really hit and miss down to London. And this is in standard class. I'm not on about first class because I know when I went to London last week, I did come back in first class. I did, and that was £50-something. That wasn't too bad considering I got quite a stuff with it. But for standard class, I got a really good value ticket down to London on the 7:56 service off of Rugby, which is an Avanti service. I went down to London for £15.70. I did with the rail card. So without the rail card, that would have been about £25. Even £25 is cheap. In fact, that is probably cheaper than the London North Western Railway because I was actually looking. If I was to get the fast London North Western Railway at 8:27, that would have been £20. So it was actually £5 cheaper for me to go with Avanti. The pretty 158s are pretty good, but yep. The hotels in Alton Towers are overpriced, so I'm probably going to stay overnight in a cheap hotel, either Stafford, Stoke or Derby, and then get the bus in the morning to Alton Towers. Fair enough. A ScotRail 158 broke down at Queen Street Tunnel in the 1990s. Oh right, 15600 hours before I was born. Hey Ia, Trace 95. Do hope you're doing okay. I had someone at the pub claiming a bus I was trying to catch at Luff but didn't exist at 8 in the morning. Eh? I had someone at the pub claiming a bus I was trying to catch at Luff didn't exist at 8 in the morning. Who told you that? I've heard there are some rather sketchy people in Derby. There's some sketchy people that live up the road from my house there, Ruben. But you get sketchy people everywhere, to be honest with you. 345 Bay says, I went to Weatherspoons in Whitstable, if I pronounced that right, yesterday. And the football was on, and it wasn't that busy. Who was playing though? Because it might not have been the local team. Because, for example, my home team, Coventry City, we won 3-0. Yes. We're playing Middlesbrough at 12:30 yesterday. So if you went to the pub in Middlesbrough, it might not have been that busy. Yes, there might have been some Middlesbrough fans, but the pubs near Coventry would have been more busy because most of the Middlesbrough fans would have travelled down to Coventry because they're playing Middlesbrough at home at Coventry were. So I'll just give you an example there. So to be honest with you, if the pub's in that area and the football's not on in the area, they wouldn't be as busy. They might be showing football, but there might not be as many fans because they will be all in that different area, aka Coventry, the Middlesbrough fans. Got any Halloween plans yet? Not at the moment, no. I don't know what I'm going to do for a Halloween special, to be honest with you. Last year I did looking at an abandoned station, Smethwick West. I might do something similar this year. I don't know yet. We'll see. I know we filmed that start of October. Everyone, what is your favourite flavour of Prime? Mine is yours is the lemon lime. I'm not a fan of the lemon lime flavour. I find that like tastes like weird diluted lemon squash. My favourite flavour, I like this one, but my favourite flavour is the tropical punch. But yeah, I haven't got any Halloween plans yet in Stable TV. We've got the blue flavour today. Is it nice? Yes, nice, the blue flavour. Prefer the tropical punch to the ice pop, but blue's still quite nice. Ruben says, my next question is, would you go plane spotting in a rather bad rain shower? Would I go, like if it was raining? Probably not, no. In fact, I kind of already did that at Marston Green. When I was filming Marston Green last month, there was actually some mini thunderstorm there was a few rumbles of thunder. I didn't see any lightning, but the rain really came down, and I was hiding in the shelter, and technically I was plane spotting and train spotting at the same time because I filmed a few of the planes there too. So technically I've already done that, Ruben. But would I go plane spotting in a bad rain shower? Probably not, no. I don't want to get wet. Yep, I wouldn't pay £2 more. I wouldn't pay more than £2 for them, to be honest with you. Either 3 for 5 bay. But you can only just buy it now in Ireland on Stable TV. You're telling me that Prime's only just been released in Ireland? But look, now you guys are months behind the rest of the world. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. Let's try to get over to 20 thumbs up would be nice. At least we've got a fair few people in it now, which is good. It was a bit dead towards the start of the stream. Michael says, if I was to pop to Stafford to trade spot for an hour, which is better, the north or the south side? Well, Stafford, you only really need an hour. I mean, if you really want loads and loads of freight, I'd stay at Stafford all day. Because I did an all-day session at Stafford in 2021. But you only really need an hour. And I'd recommend actually doing it on a weekday afternoon, Stafford. I did it on a Saturday this year, mainly because there was a steamer. Or do it on a day when there's a rail tour or steamer. But I'd definitely recommend, I don't know, because both sides are just as good. But I normally do Stafford on the south side. Don't know why. But for some reason I decided to do Stafford on the south side. You could probably do it either side, but I just all the time when I do Stafford, I tend to do it on the south side. Don't know why, maybe that's just my preference. Chiltern Railways cost a fortune, £25 to £30 a day. What journey is that for, though, Ear Trace 35? Because £25 to £30 doesn't sound too bad. Me and my cousins got 2 bottles of Prime each Thursday, same flavours, it was £8 altogether. That's cool. I have a Prime keychain. Didn't know you could get Prime keychains, Ear Trace 95. I'll never stay in a Britannia hotel. I'll probably stay in the Premier Inn in Stafford or Stoke. Oh, no. Some pastor at the pub kept on trying to tell me that the bus service didn't exist, but in actual fact it does. What pub's open at 8 o'clock in the morning in Leicester? Since when the pub's open that early in the morning? You should have just showed them the bus timetable then, Ruben. Or told them to mind their own business. Yes, they were playing as well as my local Coventry City. England versus Colombia Women's World Cup was playing yesterday, and it was the quarter-final, and we won 2-1. Yes. So in a couple of days, I forget what day it is now. I think it might be Friday actually. Is it Friday? No, I actually think it's earlier than that. But we'll play them in semi-finals against Australia, so that's gonna be interesting. The women are bringing it home, not the men. Yeah, same, Ruben. My birthday is 2 days after yours, the 18th. And there's also, so yeah, before Halloween was Stable TV, I've got to celebrate my birthday first. I do. And I'm actually going on holiday not long after my birthday too. For the weekend. I'm going to be going somewhere that's been on the bucket list for a while. Hey James, thanks so much for the thumbs up, do appreciate it. Do you eat trays 95? That's interesting. I wasn't a fan of the lemon and lime. To me, it just tasted like weird lemon and lime squash. How many of the flavours have you tried then, Air Trays 95, just out of curiosity? 3 for 5 base says I'm probably going to Edinburgh in October for my birthday week. I'm not actually going on holiday for my actual birthday. I'm going on holiday after my birthday. That's cool, 3 for 5 Bay. I'm sure you'll enjoy Edinburgh. I haven't been to Edinburgh for about 5 years. I want to go back at some point. Ruben says, I did play Spotting in the Rain yesterday and ended up doing it in the bush shelter at East Midlands Gateway. Did you get the rain, did you, Ruben? Because to be honest with you, round here, the rain has kind of avoided me. There was a little bit of drizzle briefly yesterday, and there was a little bit of drizzle this morning, but other than that, it's been pretty dry. And in fact, it's still pretty dry up there now. It is. Lemon and lime has the perfect balance, sweetness and citrus, fair enough. Ruben says, I'd love to visit Edinburgh sometime. Because also they've got the tram extension down to New Haven now in Edinburgh, which would be interesting to explore. Make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up if you haven't already done so. Share it out. We're now at the second half of the live stream because we're now in. Not sure how I'm going to go on for tonight, to be honest with you. EA Trace 95 says, I have a Halloween special plan. Ask Aviva to paint all the vehicles orange. Oh, well. Day out in London Oh! Yeah, they get rid of them travel cards soon here, Trace 95. Which is a shame. But to be honest with you, because I don't really do much train spotting down in London, I normally just pay Oyster or contactless. Because that's what I did when I was in London last week, because I was mainly filming railway vlogs at different places, so I could just touch in and out. But if I was filming more stations, the travel card would be really handy, and it's a shame they're scrapping it. Pubs in Leicester. I don't really like the Lemon and Lime flavour Prime either. I've got the Canadian bottle of Lemon and Lime Prime. I bought from a new... Yeah. They sell dodgy bottles of Prime in corner shops, they do, like the American bottles they do. As well. I never bought Prime from a corner shop. Mainly because the corner shop sell it dead overpriced. Like, a corner shop not too far from me, we're selling it for $6.99 or any two for £10. That is pricey, man. And it was for this flavour as well. Especially when you could get one of these for £2 or two of these for £4 in Asda. I wouldn't blooming pay for like blooming $6.99 for this. I tried to show him one of the Peter schools, but not fancy new information screens. Tell me when your next bus is to prove it. Oh, fair enough, Ruben. To be honest, I'm biased because I love the lemon and lime drinks in general, so I think I'd like it. Fair enough. I didn't. Where did you buy them merchandise from then? Ear Trace 95 and 345 Bed? Because I'm curious now to know where this Prime merchandise is. Come on, Australia. Yeah, I thought you'd be celebrating Scotland, Andrew. Definitely England for me. Yeah, I must have avoided all the rain yesterday then, Ruben. Yeah, just a bit, just around here to be honest with you. Like nothing like even like remotely above a millimetre. In fact, I think it was probably not even a millimetre around here today. Could be wrong though. Let's have a look and see. What does Siri say? Apparently we're supposed to get rain starting at 1 AM tonight until about 9-10 o'clock tomorrow. Apparently we're supposed to get 6 millimetres. It says 0 millimetre in the last 24 hours. 6 millimetre expected in the next 24 hours. But there was a tiny bit this morning. Where was I? And to answer your prime question, Sam, 5 bottles blue raspberry tropical punch going in lime. Oh, you had the strawberry and watermelon. I've not had the strawberry and watermelon. And then you've also had the cans, blue raspberry tropical and lemon and lime. Nice. I've not had the cans, mainly because I'm not a fan of energy drinks. Have you been on the Southeastern City Beam Class 707? If so, what do you think of them? No, I didn't. When I was down in London, I went on, is it the 465s? Not been on the 707s. You're streaming for 24 hours today? No, I'm not streaming for 24 hours today, 345 Did you miss any of the juicy questions? It depends what you classify as juicy, Brian. I mean, we're slacking off some of the train companies earlier about which one's the best. And if you're on about juice, I've got Prime. Blue raspberry. This one's quite sweet, to be honest with you, compared to the tropical punch. But the thing is, this one just have 2 grams of sugar in. Sam, if you could pick any train station to do a 24 hours, which one would you pick? Like a 24-hour filming session. That's a hard one because there's so many good train stations to do one. I'd probably do it either York or Crewe. But I think I'll probably do it at Crewe. Even though you don't really get any freight at Crewe, you get loads and loads of variety in trains. You do. And you also get the sleep at Crewe. Yes, York is my favourite station in the UK, and it's also got the NRM. But I think for the sleeper, I'd definitely do Crewe. Unless the sleeper was diverted via the East Coast Main Line, I'll do Crewe. Although at Crewe, though, the only problem is that I don't think the station's open 24 hours. I think it shuts after the sleeper comes for a few hours. So I'd obviously have to find a local hotel to stay in for a few hours and then come back to the station when it opens. So that's the only problem. I don't know why you need to hear 2 of me. I just realised I had the sound up slightly on my phone. Ruben says another question. What is the most dangerous thing you've seen someone do on a railway station? Most dangerous thing? Well, you'd be pleased to know I've never seen anybody trespassing the tracks. I've never seen any of that. I did have a bit of I did have a bit of an anxiety attack at Marston Green back in July. They seemed to have at Marston Green. Mentioned Marston Green a fair few times in this live stream, and that was because there was a Pendolino coming fast, and there was a man that was stood like right close to the platform edge. And I don't normally shout at people at train stations, but I did actually shout at this bloke to stand back. I did, because I was worried that he was going to go on the track. And he looked at me at first, and then saw the train, and then he did stand back. So I'm not normally one for shouting at people to stand behind the airline, but I did have a mild bit of anxiety at Marston Green. So you might classify that as dangerous. Someone stand quite close to the platform edge when there's a train passing. Other dangerous things I've seen people do is I have seen people ride bikes and scooters quite fast down platforms before, and that's given me a bit of anxiety thinking they'd fall off it. Just trying to think of anything else. Other than that, not really. Yeah, Preston's another good station, good for overnight transport. But if I wanted to see a lot of different train companies for 24 hours, Michael, I'd go to Crewe, because it would just beat Preston for me. Yes, I think Preston Station is actually open 24 hours, but I'd definitely just go for Crewe, because you've got more variety in terms of the train companies. I'm sure you can somewhere. Ear Trains 95. Oh, 345 base says they got the prime key ring from Lisa Local in Bournemouth, and they got prime chessboard from an independent toy shop yesterday in Whitstable. That's cool. 345 base says I've had the prime in orange and mango, tropical punch, ice pop, blue raspberry, strawberry and watermelon. I've not had the strawberry and watermelon one. Lemon and lime, Meta Moon. I've not had the Meta Moon. And tropical punch prime energy can too. That's cool. 345 bay. I've also tried the lemonade. Oh, you've had the lemonade one. You've had loads of them. 345 bay. Oh wow. And then I've seen too much bike and scooter use storage station. Yeah. I'll see if I can find the clip actually, because I kind of did feel like I shouldn't have told this guy to stand back, but I just had a bit of anxiety. I'm just trying to find the clip. It was when I was waiting for my train. I think this is the clip actually. You guys, live stream squad, get a secret footage of it. But it's this man here on about. See how close that man is to the platform edge. And it did worry me for a sec. Everyone else is stood behind me in line, but there's this one bloke. And then you hear me in the clip.
My apologies, I got confused. Stand back! Next one is 390.00.
You see, I shout stand back. And then he sees the train and stands back.
And then 390.001 was the Manchester one. So this is the Glasgow. Getting confused.
I mean, he probably wouldn't have been dragged into the track because the train wasn't doing too fast, but it still did have me a bit worried. Because that Pendolino was actually starting to speed up a bit as well. Because I think there was a cautionary signal down the line, but I think the signal was actually cleared to a green, so he did actually start to speed up a bit. But yeah, that did give me a bit of anxiety, and that's why I did shout stand back. I don't normally do that, but it did give me a bit of anxiety at first. And some people would probably agree with me for shouting at a random stranger to stand back. Others said, Sam, you should have probably minded your own business. Was over the line, exactly, Michael. That's why I kind of told, and he was very close to the platform edge. That's why I said stand back. I don't know why I've got myself on the volume again. I've seen loads of youths cycling down platforms at several stations. I've always seen people cross the yellow line thinking it's funny. Last week I was filming at a train and someone honked because, and the train honked because, yeah, I've seen the trains honk at people as well. I'm sure this Pendolino that I just showed you guys. I'm sure he just honked as well, and I think he might have been honking, not just because I think it wasn't because of me filming. I think he was actually honking his horn at this man actually. But, I forget now if there was a horn. I'm gonna have to replay that clip. Did he sound his horn, this Pendolino? Let me rewatch it again. Yeah, he did sound his horn. So this Pendolino did obviously see the guy stood too close to the coast because you could hear the horn. Because I don't think he was horning at me. I think he was horning at this man stood behind the yellow line. Hang on, let me Yeah, you can hear the horn. So he must have seen this guy. The driver must have done. The horn because he obviously couldn't have seen me because I stood right at the edge of the platform. So he wouldn't have seen me until he was like near the station. So he must have seen this bloke. Where was I? Our metro train from Newcastle on Wednesday stopped earlier. Somebody had climbed on top of an earlier train. He made on top of the for about 9 hours. Crazy, why didn't the police drag me off? Yeah, I've seen loads of people do that train surfing as well. It's not because I've seen loads of people, quite a lot of people do it on the DLR as well. Like, I don't get what the obsession with train surfing is. To be honest with you, I think just people just honestly think that they're just like really cool and they want to surf the trains and the buses and stuff. But it's actually just incredibly dangerous because if they took one wrong foot, they could end up dead. And that's obviously, and that's me saying it like kind of nicely. That they could end up like dead if they took one like foot as well. Because I'm sure the DLR as well, it relies on electricity. The system does. So if you obviously took one wrong foot, you can end up electrocuting yourself. So never go behind the airline, guys, and definitely never train surf. And if you ask that same question to the police line, you may get threatened with an arrest. Hey? Threatened with an arrest? Why did the police drag him off? I had a go at a police officer in Leicester for not forcing someone off the Bullies Way flyover at the road because it reopened. I was threatened with arrest. Really? Oh? Yeah, to be honest with you, I kind of brought Ruben up. I probably wouldn't tell police what to do. I wouldn't, personally. Because I don't want to get in trouble with no police. So, if I see someone kind of acting like in a wrong way, maybe I'd report it to the police, but I don't think I'd like question what they're doing, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I'd say, why didn't you do this or something. I'd probably just say, excuse me, there's someone doing something wrong, basically. So yeah. I've only tried the lemonade prime as it was out because we had the American bottle of lemonade prime that was from the news agents. Oh, nice. That's cool. 3 for $5. I might have to put the light on in a minute because it's kind of starting to get a bit dark. I think the sun's going to be setting soon. Sorry about that, guys. I've just put my phone on charge. And Benno condones that sort of stuff and calls the BTP bullies for removing trespassers from the railway. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Trespassing, if you do like abandoned buildings and stuff, because I think Benno does stuff where does abandoned buildings, I'd say that's fine because that's not really putting your life at risk as such. But I definitely don't agree to him condoning going trespass on the tracks. And the BTP that aren't bullies. They aren't bullies when it comes to trespassing on the railway, and also for like stuff like train stuff. And like, I wouldn't agree with that aspect, but if he's like doing like trespassing in abandoned buildings, that's kind of up to him, like, because that's kind of like not illegal. Like trespassing in the UK, besides the railway line, is a civil matter, so technically it's not illegal. But I think it is illegal if you break and enter. Like I think if you can find like access, like without like breaking in to explore an abandoned building, I think that's what you classify as a civil matter. However, if you break into somewhere that's locked, I think that would be classified as breaking and entering. I don't know the full laws myself on it because I don't really do that sort of stuff. I don't really do that like sort of what's we call events there. I only do railway sort of stuff. I don't really do abandoned buildings and stuff. Yes, I do abandoned train stations sometimes, but I don't go like exploring off limits, if that makes sense. Sam disappeared. I just put my phone on charge room, but I know like, you could just hear me talking and not see me. My cousin has I'm gonna put that light on actually because it is starting to get dark in here. Alexa, turn Sam's light white.
Okay.
That's a bit better. You can see me properly now. My cousin has Prime in tropical punch, ice pop, strawberry and watermelon, blue raspberry, lemon lime, better moon, and lemonade, and he had strawberry and watermelon Prime energy can. That's cool. We should fine anyone £9 billion if they're caught crossing the yellow line and caught trespassing. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go as far as £9 million, but I think there should be a hefty fine. Where was I at? Do trains run at night or majority stop for a few hours? We saw buses running during the night from a hotel, London hotel, last week. The London buses run overnight, yeah, on some routes, and the trains also run overnight on some routes, but most of the trains stop between about 1 AM and 5 AM round here. I know that some operators, I think Transparent Express, they run some overnight trains, and I think even Northern actually run a couple of overnight trains, and also London North Western Railway. I think London North Western Railway run a few overnight trains in the Milton Keynes, Northampton area. I think you can get a train from Milton Keynes to London about 3 o'clock in the morning. You can. But from my local station, Rugby, the last train's about 1 o'clock in the morning to Wolverhampton, and then the first one is 5:30 in the morning to Birmingham. Like there's a gap of 4 hours between passenger trains at my local Rugby. And then obviously you've got the overnight sleeper. So there's a couple of train companies that run overnight, but most stop between about 1 AM and 5 AM, and also on Saturday nights to Sunday mornings, the trains is the only night of the week that the trains don't run between about midnight and 6 AM on Saturdays. And the main reason why trains don't run between midnight and 6 AM on Saturdays is because that's when they do engineering works on the lines. Like obviously, you can't close every line in Britain, but they do quite a lot of engineering works on Saturdays into Sundays. They do. So Saturday night is the only night that the trains don't run between midnight and 6 AM. Except from the Tube, the night Tube does run on Saturday nights, but National Rail doesn't run on Saturday nights. And I think the London buses run 7 nights a week. Buses near me, though, they actually stop much earlier than other places in the country. Like on a Monday to Friday, I think the last bus you can get around here is about 11 o'clock at night, and on a Saturday it's about 10 o'clock, and on a Sunday, believe it or not, the last bus you can get from where I live on a Sunday is already left. The last bus you can get on a Sunday around here is about 7 o'clock. So the buses don't run dead late around where I live. finished my prime now. I'm prime. Finished it. But make sure you guys do give me a thumbs up and a shout out if you can. Still here in the background, do appreciate it, VS. It's getting dark in my room too. Yep, I think the sun's gonna be setting quite soon. Where was I? I'm relying on the tablet now because the phone's kind of like dying, so I can't really look at the phone for the chat. Where was I? Yeah, I'm not too far away from rugby, Brian. As a kid, I went to the Canal Hotel, and the school started at rugby. It was great fun. That's cool. Yeah, because obviously, the town of Rugby is famous for the rugby football, famous for the sport rugby, and also the school, rugby school. Who's appeared on Channel 4 programmes 3 for 5 Bay? Who are you referring to? But yeah. Oh, Benno! I didn't realise he'd appeared on Channel 4. But he doesn't show his face though, Benno. How can he appear on Channel 4 but doesn't show his face? Hey Kaz, do hope you're doing okay. Didn't know he'd appeared on Channel 4 3 for 5 Bear. Like, I know he's got YouTube because I've seen a fair few of his YouTube videos. But I didn't know he'd appeared on Channel 4. If so, what programme? Because I'm actually intrigued now. Because I might watch it tonight. The next training video, actually, guys, because I just need to do a few more bits of editing for that this evening, is going to be trains at East Midlands Parkway. Is coming out tomorrow. I've still got a few train videos from Ruben's area to release. I've got I did the trains at Leicester the other day, and I did the also down that way. I've got a release East Midlands Parkway, which will be out tomorrow, and also I've got Loughborough and Bow up and Saw. Hey, Dave, I'm jinxed. What do you mean you jinxed? Or did you click the wrong button and you meant to say I'm joined? But do appreciate you calling. I was mentioning you earlier, Dave, actually. We're discussing Alton Towers and how to get to Alton Towers and buy like train and stuff. Oh, and I was mentioning you as well because Ruben said on my live stream earlier that Derby is like a dump basically, and I remember you telling me on one of my old videos that Derby was rubbish. So that's what I was mentioning you about. I want to watch it too. Yeah, I'm interested to know what this programme was. He was talking about lift surfing and he disguised himself when he was shown. Oh, that's interesting. But what programme was it? No, 3 for 5. But that's what I want to know. What programme was he on? That's good, very good, Kaz. My Instagram number? What about Instagram, Dave? I'm confused. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up for this evening's live stream. Give me a thumbs up as well. You can share me out as well. I would appreciate it. He had an appearance on what? What was that? Benno has an appearance on George King's Illegal Activities on Channel 4. Let me take a screenshot of it. Let me take a picture of that. I'm just gonna take a picture of that comment 3 for 5 Bay, just so I can remember that, because for some reason the live chat takes about another like 12 hours to go back onto YouTube, so I won't see this live chat straight away until normally tomorrow morning. So in fact, Ruben, if you want to screenshot it as well, feel free to. But that's the name of it. Benno has the on George King's legal activities. I'm just going to take a picture of that. Right, I've got a picture. Ignore the cat crying in the background. He always does it. I that's definitely took that picture, didn't I? Let me just double check the photos. Yeah, I've got that picture. That's good. Where was I? Live chat. Number of what? Might not be out. It might not be on all four, but there's a clip of him on George King legal activities about lift serving on YouTube. Oh, so it might not be on all. I'll try and find it anyway. 345 Bay. I'll Google the name. I will. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, you sent me the link, have you? Thanks so much for 345 Bay. I'll have a look at that link afterwards. Pepper, shut up! Because I told you to! Bloody hell, that cat. I would let him out, but it'll take ages to come back in. It's getting dark now. I'm just trying to think if there's any big else that I've not mentioned on the channel tonight. We've got the HST Farewell Tour in September. That's something I'm definitely going to be going to film. I'm not going to film it probably on the south coast. I'm probably not going to film it down because there's going to be two diagrams for the HSTs. I think there's going to be at least the Swanage. I mean, I think there's also a Bournemouth one. I forget now. But I know they're going via Leamington and also via Derby. And I'm thinking actually, talk of Derby, I'm actually thinking of going to get the HST tour in Derby. I am. That's the link to the YouTube clip. Yeah, I'll have a look at them after the live stream 345 Bay because I can't really have a look at the DMs whilst the live stream. Dave sent me a DM now too. I'll have a look at the DMs after the live stream because I can't click on them whilst I'm on live basically because it will take the live stream away. And also my phone's on charge. Noisy cat, so I'll definitely Ruben. The best way to Alton Towers is to get the train to Stafford and we'll get the X41 bus. Oh, I thought the tablet was going to fall over there. Best way for Alton Towers is to get the train to Stafford and then they get the X41 bus outside Stafford for 8 PM. The bus goes at 8:30 AM. That's handy to know. I thought there was a bus from Stafford. Is there a return bus there, Kaz? Just out of curiosity. Because I'm just thinking for myself too. If I ever went to Alton Towers, bus leaves at 8:30 AM. God, I'd have to get the train dead early in the morning. Because I couldn't even get the 7:39 because that'd be pushing it. Because that gets, God. If I went to Alton Towers, I'd have to get up at like 4:30 in the morning and get the 6:25 off of Rugby. Because I don't think the 6:39 stops at Stafford. I don't think it does. God, I have to get 6:25 off of Rugby. That's the second one to Stafford of the day. I'd be in Stafford early, but I'll do some train spot before the X41 bus. That's handy to know. Damn! Is there a return though, Cash, just out of curiosity? Because that probably would be the best bet to get to Alton Towers cheaply. Instead of getting an Uber. I'm at the same back leaving Alton Towers at 5:30 PM. Oh, now that is tight. because 5:30, if the park closes at 6, you'd have to leave early. That's the problem. Unless you did a 2-day thing in the park, unless you went to Alton's house for 2 days, because then, like you said, you could stop locally, you could, or at the Alton Towers Hotel, and then go back the next day, because it wouldn't have been a massive big deal. But yeah, 5:30, that's cutting it quite fine. Because I do want to go back to Alton Towers or someone, because I've not been in about 10 years. Is Miles having a nap? I think he is, yeah. He's asleep. He's asleep. Wakey, wakey, Miles. Yeah, he definitely wants a nap. He's lying down. Oh, no. Where was I? Then the bus does stop at other places, but getting on at Stafford, you'll get a seat. The bus will get there. I can imagine if it's to and from Alton Towers, I can imagine it would get really busy. Like, in fact, if I got that 6:25 or something off of Rugby to get to Stafford for just before 7:30, in fact, that would give me plenty of time actually, because I could get the bus stop early and I'll definitely get a seat on the bus. That's handy to know, that is, Kaz. We're stopping in Uttoxeter. We have to leave very early from Warsaw. What's the first train from Warsaw? Or do you get the coach, Kaz? Because I'm not sure what the first train from Warsaw is, but I think you guys mainly get the coach, don't you, not the trains. Meadows Way Guest House, 1 night. Oh, that sounds like a nice place. Yeah, because 345 Base was saying that the hotels in Alton Towers are expensive. Are you, Sam, or any of the viewers planning on visiting the Northumberland line when it opens next year in Newcastle? Yes, I will be. Don't know when, but I definitely will get round to doing that. I don't think it does 345 Bay because it's aimed at people visiting the park, so I think it's just like one morning service and then an evening return. Pepper, shut up! You know what? I might actually go and let him out. I'll be back in a minute. Normally I don't let him out this late, but it's just going to be quiet for the rest of the live stream, so I'm going to go get the cat out. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, I've got rid of the annoying cat. Papa. I'd visit them stations, but yeah, it's quite a trek from where I live to there. But to be honest with you, if I ever did them stations, I'd probably stay overnight in Newcastle. I would. I'd probably find like a Travelodge or Premier Inn, nice cheap hotel in Newcastle, and then do them. Alton Towers is boring now. It might be for you, Dave, but I've not been in over 10 years, so there's loads of new rides for me to get on. There it is. Where was I? You can get the bus from Toxeter, but you may struggle to get on. Yeah, I'd probably get the one from Stafford in the morning then, Kaz. They'll venture HST off to Scotland tomorrow. Finally got rid of the annoying cat, Andrew. I'll put him outside. Yeah, normally he does, Ruben, but he's downstairs. He is by the front door, so thankfully he's not making any noise tonight. Oh, you're doing the run at Alton Towers. That's cool, Dave. That programme better is only available on a YouTube clip I sent you. It's not on all four. Oh, fair enough. I'll make sure to watch it after the live stream. From Warsaw we get the bus to Wolverhampton, then any train that stops at Stafford, and then the bus again. Ah, so you get the bus to... That makes sense, actually, yeah. Because there's more trains from Wolverhampton, aren't there? I've never been to Alton Towers before. I've been once in 2013, and a lot has changed since then in the past 10 years. Hey, John, thank you for the thumbs up. Do appreciate it. Share me out as well, would appreciate it. Yeah, I wouldn't go this year, Dave. I know I've been discussing Alton Towers actually. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to go this year because they've not got the Nemesis open. Nemesis reopens in 2024. In fact, I'll point that out to 345 Bay. Yeah, if you go to Alton Towers this year, that's cool, but I wouldn't recommend it until next year. In fact, I might even wait until 2025. Because in 2025, they're getting the brand new indoor roller coaster. So I might even wait until 2025 to go to Alton Towers. I might. Running is tiring. It definitely is, Dave. Should I strap a GoPro on me for the run? I would, actually. That'd be a cool vlog to make, actually, Dave. Ruben says it's already bad enough running for trains. I tell you something funny, actually. I'll give a brief spoiler to my upcoming. When I was in Bristol on Thursday, I obviously did the new Portway Park and Ride, which we mentioned at the start of the stream, and I also did a few others like in the area. And also, what happened is as well is I actually went and did I went down to Bath, Spa for a brief visit, but the thing was the train that was scheduled to go to Bath Spa was 3 minutes after I arrived back into Bristol, and my train from Severn Beach at Bristol comes in on platform number 1. And normally, if you want to get the local train to Bath Spa, it's the Warminster service. Normally that leaves from platform 15 at Bristol. So I wouldn't have made that connection for 3 minutes if I went over. I'd have to get the next one. But I had the most luckiest thing happen. I did. And that was that they swapped the train towards Bath Spa to platform 3 at Bristol, which is directly opposite the platform I came in on. Which meant my train also came in about 60 seconds earlier, which meant I could have legged it across to platform 3 and I made the train to Bath Spa, even though I shouldn't have technically made that train if they'd put it on platform 15. So that was handy, that was. Ruben, no point racing the train though. As long as I can travel with Coasted Chicken. Other than the bus, it's trains to Utah and a taxi, which will cost £30 each way. That is a bit pricey. What about Uber? I wonder how much an Uber is. Although I say that because the only problem is I don't think you'd be able to get an Uber back from Alton Towers because Alton Towers, as we know, it's in the middle of nowhere, and apparently the phone signal's a bit here as well, Alton Towers. So you probably wouldn't be able to get an Uber back. So it definitely would be a taxi, but... So yeah, that bus from Stafford would probably be the best bet. 3 for 5 base says, I'm going this September. I know Nemesis is crazy, but I'm going with my mother. She doesn't go upside down rides. I've still got the other rides. Fair enough. Nemesis was almost complete. Yeah, it is. I've been watching the construction updates. My mum doesn't do upside down rides either, to be honest with you, 3 for 5 Barry. And to be honest with you, they're like the spinny rides, like some of the flat rides, because I know they've got some funfair rides at Alton Towers at the moment. I know, who puts bloody funfair rides at a bloody theme park, but they've got 3 funfair rides at Alton Towers at the moment, and I think them ones go upside down. They're not my cup of tea at all. Like, if I went to Alton Towers and they're there, I wouldn't bother going on them, because them sort of like spinning flat rides make me feel sick. But I don't mind going on an upside down roller coaster, but definitely no upside down spinny flat rides. Absolutely not. Not a fan of them. But yeah, definitely it's on the cards again to go to Alton Towers, because I've not been for 10 years. Yeah, loads of people have been, Dave. Another place I haven't been for about 4 years, another theme park which is close to me, is Drayton Manor. I've not been there since 2019, and they've also had quite a few changes over the past few years. In fact, next year at Drayton Manor, they're actually opening a new roller coaster. They do. So in fact, if I'm going to a theme park next year, I might do Drayton for the new roller coaster. Even though it's going to be a family roller coaster, it's still going to be quite good. You've never been to Drayton Manor? I've been a few times. In fact, I've been to a fair few times to Drayton Manor. 3 for 5 Barry? Who asked me that? Ruben. I have, because it's one of my local theme parks. I don't do the retro squad rides now. I don't think I would either, Dave, because I'm not a fan of them sort of rides. I like upside down rides, but I'd go on all the rides except for the Smiler because of the accident. Yeah. The thing is, though, 3 for 5 Barry, I kind of do agree with you there. But at the same time, it is a safe ride. Like, I think I'd be scared to go on it too. But it is a safe ride. At the end of the day, it was human error, yes. But I think since that incident, they have massively upped the safety standards there for Alton Towers. So I don't think, like, I probably would go on the Smiler, but I would be a bit scared to go on it, if you get what I mean. And CBeebies Land, actually, I wouldn't mind doing a few rides in there, because they've actually got a little roller coaster in CBeebies Land at Alton Towers. They've got the Octonauts roller coaster adventure. And they've also got a few other decent rides in there as well, actually. Yeah, 3 for 5 Barry. To be honest with you, my mum would probably say the same thing to me. But at the end of the day, these incidents are rare, and you're more likely to get into an accident going to the theme park rather than at the theme park. Because obviously most theme parks have got like the safe technology these days. I've only done a few of the roller coasters at Alton Towers. Anyway, I've done Spinball Wizard. I've done Runaway My Train, and I've done Nemesis. I've only done 3 out of the 10. Well, it wasn't 10 when I was there. It was there was 9 roller coasters when I was there. Because obviously Wicker Man wasn't open in 2013. What was that notification? It was the Twitter notification. Anyway, I might think about wrapping things up for you soon. Because I also need the toilet, but I might just go to the toilet now, so I'll be back in 2 minutes. Anyway, I'm back now. My apologies for that. But, where was I? Air Train says, speaking of accidents, I had a bike one. But yeah, Air Train's 95. Fuck have I got? Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Apologies for that. I nearly just said, I bet you probably heard, I was about to say what the F is in my mouth. I had some sort of like random bit something in my mouth. And I think that came out actually. I think I accidentally said the F word on the live stream. Whoops. Hopefully I didn't. That was quite quiet actually. Sorry YouTube. Hopefully I don't get the Bumming Unlimited death now for saying the F word. I've had an accident on a tire swing at a playground that gave me concussion when I was 7. I've had loads. In fact, I've had blooming accidents at blooming playgrounds. I'm sure I fell off a blooming fireman's pole when I was younger. Or was that my brother? I forget now. It was either me or my brother. Air Train's 95. I went to slow down and hit the brakes when harder and when I was flying. Oh, I'll tell you what I've done actually. This is more recently. This was a couple of years ago. I had a scooter, not an e-scooter. Just like a normal scooter, and I was going down it quite fast, and a blooming practically fell off it. I did. I landed on the pavement. I had a massive graze. That wasn't too severe though, thankfully. Definitely, even if you're riding a scooter these days, definitely wear a helmet. bikes and scooters, yeah, definitely ride a helmet. Why do I keep moving the tablet? Where was I? We went to not pronounced that, Dave, but that's cool. The playground equipment was more fun in the good old days. Decent climbing face. Now everything is super safe and super boring, probably. Yeah, they have changed quite a lot over the years. I might go on the optional slide, but not the rest of the CBs because it's for babies and little kids. There's some adults that go on the rides in there, 3 for $5. Women says, yep, Brian, playgrounds have become more safe now. That only results in getting rid of the more interesting stuff. Ruben's laughing at me. Do you remember the witch's hat, a type of roundabout no longer around? I don't think I remember that one actually, Brian. Troops and oh, that could have been a Fireman Sam episode. That accident with the fireman's pole could have been Sam. I know. I think I was trying to act out like Fireman Sam at the time. Actually, I think I fell off it like I was trying to slide down it. Well. To be honest, I've had a worse accident. It says here, Trace 95. Do you have an e-scooter? Not an e-scooter. I've got a normal scooter, and it's still sitting in my room. I haven't used it though for a couple of years now. I used it quite a lot before the pandemic, the dreaded event, but I haven't really used it over the past few years. Mainly because I kind of prefer to walk, get my steps in. I used to scoot around my local neighbourhood when I was younger, but to be honest with you, I'm kind of too big for that scooter now. An e-scooter, never in a million years would hear. But my brother has one though. Yeah, I'm not getting an e-scooter. I've got a normal one, but as I said, I've not used it for a good few years. Would be interested to see you using a scooter on a stream. Can you imagine me trying to hold a phone up while live streaming and a scooter at the same time? Absolutely no way. With a scooter and here's my dog actually, he's just coming into my room now. I wouldn't in a million years ride a scooter and a live stream at the same time. Even in yours, I do hope you're doing okay. I used to have my older cousin's old scooter. The e-scooters electronics, don't get me started on that. Oh god, yeah, the e-scooters banned. They're banned in all the trains too. My worst accident was riding down a very steep hill and hit the brakes and took a sharp hill and I took a sharp corner and my wheel bumped into someone's car. Flipping out here, train sci-fi. A few folk on YouTube while I use an electronic skateboard whilst they are filming. It's like Casey Neistat. No, mate, Brian. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I've been on this live stream for almost about 2 hours now, so I probably will start to think about wrapping things up. Actually, I will do. So my next video is going to be the Trains the East Midlands Parkway. That's going to be out tomorrow, and now live streaming. I'm actually the craziest part is I'm still alive. Yeah, that's true. Electric skateboard, that sounds like a thing effectively operated on its own without you using your foot. I feel like it defeats the object. I don't think I've used an electric skateboard. But I don't think I've been on a skateboard. I fell off it, but I've never used an electronic skateboard. But yeah, as I was saying, my next video is going to be Trains the East Midlands Parkway. That's going to be out tomorrow. And then next vlog is going to be from Liverpool. It's from the Merseyside. I've got a vlog of me going around the Merseyside network This was actually filmed about 4 months ago on that behind the videos. That'll probably be out Wednesday, if not Thursday. And then I plan to do an on-location live stream next Friday from MKC. Now, this isn't guaranteed, but I've got to change trains there because I'm filming some West Coast Main Line South stations. And I've got to change trains there on the way back. Okay, night, take care, Cass. Thanks so much for coming in. So I might do an on-location live stream, yeah, but that will depend on a few things. The weather. It's currently saying 1 minute it's going to be sunny, the next it might be forecast showers. So if it chucks it down with rain, I'm not doing it. And it also depends on the time. If there's disruptions in the trains, I'm not doing this live stream either. And also, yeah, depends on the weather basically, and like the time and disruption to the trains. Otherwise, I'll do an on-location live stream at MKC. Because I'm also doing something else pretty special on Friday. I won't actually spoil this one for you guys. But what I'm going to be doing is, and hopefully I am as well, because I'm hoping that this doesn't get platform swapped or cancelled. I've seen people using electronic skateboards in Leicester City Centre. That's my final question. What was the question? Oh, that you still being alive. I know, Brian. But I thought I'd share this one with you guys. I haven't told people what West Coast Main Line South stations I'm doing. I've just told people I'm going to do some West Coast Main Line South stations. And I might do it on location live at MKC. You've been framed, says 345 Bay. Saw someone skating up rollerblades Nottingham Station in May, 345 Bay. I told a member of staff of the EMR staff about it. Are you out for Deltic, Sam? Eh? What do you mean? My question is when I'm going to revisit Hemel Hempstead. I don't know yet. Maybe when I do the West Coast Main Line South stations, not sure. But like I said, I'm not going to give away what West Coast Main Line South stations are going to be doing on the live stream. But I'm going to do a couple. One that I'm probably not going to do though is Bletchley. And that is mainly because we've still not got the trains back in the Marston Vale line yet. But I'll tell you one thing I'm going to be doing, but this is not definite. It depends if the train runs and if it runs on the correct platform. But I've been wanting to do this for a while. As you guys know, my local station is Rugby. Yes, it is. Now, at Rugby Station, there are 6 platforms. Platform 1, the trains towards Birmingham and the north, and they also put Manchester trains on that platform, weirdly. Platform 2, on the 19th King's Cross to Scarborough. No, I'm not going to be doing that, Yozza. Mainly because cross country are on strike and I won't be able to get over to Peterborough. Where was I? And then platform 2 they use for the crew trains. And then you got platform 4 for the southbound trains, as well as platform 5 and 6. We've got the Bay platform at Rugby Station, platform number 3. What I'm going to be doing, hopefully, is riding the rare train that uses the Bay platform 3, because platform 3, the Bay platform at Rugby, is the only platform I've never ever caught a train off. And I want to ride a train off this platform and get this rare tiny bit of track which goes into platform 3. And I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do this. The train in question is the 0802 off of Rugby. It starts at Rugby and it goes to London Euston. And it normally is booked as platform 3. But sometimes they do swap it to platform 6 or another platform. So I'm hoping they don't do that. But that's what I want to do, is ride the rare track and platform 3 at Rugby Station, because I've never ever done it before. So I will spoil that part. I do want to do that. and it will be a vlog. I think they kicked him out for 5 after I went to the loo after I told him. Oh? That's good that they kicked him out. Yeah, he shouldn't be riding blooming. You shouldn't ride anything at train stations. Skateboards, rollerblades, cycles. Get off and walk with them. I see we're getting closer to 20 thumbs up, so if you haven't already given me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. But it's got blooming pitch black outside now. I started this live stream at 7 o'clock. It's now 9:10. And it's pitch completely dark. But anyway, I'm definitely going to wrap things up now because I've been on over 2 hours. This is the longest live stream I've done in a long while. I'm going to try a travel video on Friday. That's cool, we're Trace 95. But yeah, next video is East Midlands Fairway Parkway. East Midlands Fairway Parkway. Trains at East Midlands Parkway. Thanks for wishing the kind words. A lot of trouble yesterday at Birmingham football supporters. Well, you'd be pleased to know, Yozza, I'm not a Birmingham fan. I'm a Coventry fan. Lol. But yeah, thanks so much for coming to the live stream. I bet there's probably trouble yours at Birmingham New Street. I'm kind of glad I wasn't in Birmingham yesterday, Ben. Have you farted, Blaze? Oh, that stinks. My blooming dog's done a fart in my room. Ah. Jesus Christ. Anyway, thanks so much for the kind words, all. Like the live stream if you haven't already done so. And if you watch on the replay, comment down below. Always like to know who's been watching on the replay. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. We're slowly but surely getting onwards and upwards towards 2,000. And have the bell for all notifications so you don't miss any future videos or live streams. I think it was the lead supporters. Oh, right, okay, Yozza. But anyway, I'm going to go now. Have a good evening, guys, and a good week. Right, take care, everybody. Bye, all, guys. Peace out. Bye, everyone. Let me end the live stream. Yeah, don't do anything stupid. You're right there, Ruben. Right. Bye, everybody. If I can end anyway. X. There. Bye.